Okay, so I just received my Fenix BT20 bicycle light. It is a free tester light. Just in the interest of full disclosure, I did not pay for the light. It was sent to me by Fenix so that I would do a test for them or a review. So this is unboxing. I have not actually used the light yet. It came in the mail this afternoon. And so all I'm doing at this point is unboxing it and putting it through its paces here in the house. In the coming weeks I will be using it, and it's good because it's winter, so darkness has started. So at that point I will be putting it through its paces, and I should be in a position to give it a pretty decent review in a couple of weeks. This is the box. Oh, I did want to mention, although I have opened the box, it did come with the seal already broken. I don't know if that was because it is a tester light, rather than a light for purchase, but I just wanted to note that the seal was broken when the light arrived. And as you can see, the box is clearly marked test sample. Here's the letter indicating they sent it to me to be tested. So again, full disclosure, I did not pay for this light. That may impact my review because I may be a little more excited based on the price I paid, i.e. nothing, than I would have been if I had paid full price, which is reasonable as I recall. I haven't looked lately, but I don't think it's terribly expensive. Anyway, included is the instruction manual. I have not read it thoroughly yet, but it appears to cover the basics at least. Also in the box is the light unit itself. Not incredibly small, but certainly not terribly large either. It feels like it has some weight to it. It's not super light. I do actually plan to use this as a helmet light, although I could change my mind on that at some point. Next is the helmet mount. They do include that as part of the purchase price, which is kind of nice. A couple of straps. It looks like it'll just strap onto the helmet, and the light will fix onto there. It does have a separate battery pack, so for those of you who are looking for a really compact solution, this may not be your buddy. It does use a lithium battery, I think it's an 18650, so it is a 3.7 volt rechargeable lithium battery. It is not a AA or similar sized battery. They're a bit larger. That is what gives it the ability to have a decent runtime. They claim 2 hours at full power, which is claimed to be 750 lumens. I have no way of testing the lumen rating, but I will try to find time to run it for 2 hours straight just to see how that goes. Now that's longer than my full commute, so I will have to look for a specific opportunity for that. So 2 hours is the alleged runtime on full power. It does run longer at the other settings. It does have 4 constant brightness settings, the lowest of which is 100 lumens, and then it has a blink mode as well. So this is the battery case. Again, it feels pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap or cheesy. Digital controller for the batteries. This thumb wheel seal closes it. It is not considered to be waterproof, but it does feel like it seals pretty well, so I don't think I'd have any concerns riding in, light rain or anything like that. And then last but not least is the extension cord, so that you have some flexibility in mounting. Sorry, I'm really not very good at this unboxing thing, am I? I keep putting it out of the frame. And a number of O-rings to mount the light either to the handlebars or to the head mount. Alright, I am going to pull out my batteries that I purchased. I did buy the batteries as a part of this. Fenix does not include the batteries. They indicated that their expectation is that many of their customers already own the batteries. People who use their tactical flashlights certainly would. So they did not include the batteries. I did purchase those. They're available from Amazon for a little over $10, I think, and that's with a charger. You could probably shop around, and who knows, you might be able to find them cheaper, but I was willing to go with these. They have pretty good ratings, etc. Okay, so these are the batteries in the charger. The green light is on because they were charging and I haven't pulled them out of the charger. They appear to power the charger backwards, so the green light will go off as I've pulled them out now. And let's see, unfortunately I was dumb and I turned the thumb wheel back to close. There we go, it's open now. Let's see if we can figure out which way the batteries go in. Alright, so using this as our guide, we want the plus up on this one and the plus down on that one. Hopefully we got that right. Right? It's a little strange. I'm used to the springs only being on the minus side of most batteries. Alright, that's not gonna be easy for me with one hand. I may have to put the camera down to... Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down to do this, finish it, and then I'll come back. Okay, so there's the battery pack with the batteries in it. Obviously a little heavier. I did notice while I was closing the battery pack, there is an O-ring seal around the rim of the battery pack underneath the lid, so that would indicate that it is reasonably well sealed against the elements. Again, they specifically say in the instruction booklet it's not rated for full immersion, but that at least might be enough for, you know, rainstorms and the like. I haven't sort of checked the entire light itself out to see how I think that would do for rain, but one would hope that if you're marketing a bicycle light, you would make it capable of dealing with light rain. Alright, let's see. There we go. Alright, there is the light attached to the battery pack. To turn it on, you actually push and hold the button. As you can see, it goes on. You press it to cycle through the various power levels. So that's low, which should be about 100 lumens. That's medium, that's high, and that's turbo, which is the highest rating, nominally 750 lumens, or, you know, at least that's the manufacturer's claim. To get blink, you double press. It starts at this slow blink, and then it goes to a fairly stroby kind of blink. Oh, interesting. See, I'm learning something even now. Obviously, it has a blink pattern, so it goes to the slow blink and then the stroby blink. And then you single press it to get it back to steady. So that's low. In a moment, I'm going to compare it to some of my existing lights. Before I do that, though, well, let me turn it off. I wanted to note the mounting base. It is rubberized, although it's kind of a slippery rubber. I don't know how well it would grip on something, but it does rotate, so you could nominally mount it, you know, in either either on your bars or on an accessory of some sort that was facing in the opposite direction. I don't know that I have anything like that on my bike. I guess theoretically you could mount it to the stem, perhaps, which might be useful, particularly for some of you road bikers. Okay, as I mentioned, my plan is to put it on my helmet, and you can see why. I obviously keep a lot of stuff. Just call me Captain Dashboard. But I did want to take a quick look at the mounting system. So this base has hooks on it, so the O-ring actually clips to the hooks and then would go around the bars. Don't know if I can do this without dropping the battery pack. The answer is no, but that's okay. It can certainly take a tiny drop. So, you know, this is not a good example because I would never put it over that part of my bar since, oh, that's where my hands go. But, you know, put it around the bar and then the O-ring would come around. Again, this is, I think, the medium-sized O-ring, which would be too small for the diameter that I'm working on, but they do include a small, a medium, and a large, so depending on the diameter of your bars or whatever you're mounting around, there should be plenty of options. And like I said, it does have this swiveling base, so I could conceivably turn it. Let's see if I can do this. Again, one-handed, this is always a challenge. And not to mention getting the camera strap in the way. So I could turn it like that and put it on the stem. I didn't get it exactly 90 degrees, but you get the idea, right? So, let me put it on and then we can play the light game. So I've mounted the light on the stem, and like I said, I probably wouldn't do this for a permanent mount, in part because I run such a short stem. But, you know, it's pretty convenient, pretty easy to do. We'll see in a minute whether it's very effective. I did want to mention, I put the battery pack in the case that it came with, which feels like a pretty nice item. It's fairly well made, certainly better than the battery pack that came with my other light that I purchased. But one thing I did want to mention, the straps on it appear to be rubberized, which would, you know, seem to keep them from sliding around. In fact, it does. It holds them in place pretty nicely. So that's kind of a nice feature. I'm also going to plug in my other light just so that we can compare the two. Also for comparison, we have my trusty little 3 AAA LED tactical type flashlight that I currently run on my helmet. Okay, so as you can see, we're standing in a pretty dark room. I'm going to start with my, I think it's a nominal 100 lumen rating flashlight. That's low, that's probably half, that's probably 50 lumens. That's 100 lumens, and it goes to blink as well. So that's 100 lumens, or a nominal 100, who knows what it really is, but that's my Costco special flashlight that was my first bike light of any consequence after giving up on lights. So you can see that, you know, provides some okay point light, but not much width. This is my current bike light. That's on high. As you can see, that provides quite a bit more illumination, enough so that I pretty much lose the spot. That's on high, medium, and low. You know, it does have a wide-angle lens on it that I did purchase separately. It's similar to a Magic Shine. The lens is actually the same one they sell for the Magic Shine, I believe. But, you know, so that's what it does on high beam. And now, let's see. I don't know where this is going to wind up being aimed. Okay, a little bit at the sky there. I don't really have a way to adjust the aim point in its current location. As you can see, it's not as bright. This is the two together. Let's see. If I drop that down to low, that looks like it's probably not altogether different from low. But I don't know what I'm on either. So, alright, that's off. Oh, okay, so that was low, medium, high, turbo. So, yeah. Low, let's see what I'm on this one. Oh, okay, that was low on that one. So low is pretty comparable. Medium, that medium probably looks a little dimmer than the medium on my old light. That's high on the new light as compared to high on the old light. And then turbo. So turbo and high look to be fairly similar. You know, again, not the best test, unfortunately, because my house just doesn't really have great light testing facilities. But certainly it looks like it's going to provide plenty of glow. One thing I am going to note, the LED indicator on the top is red. The only thing that's interesting about that is that the instructions would say that means it's got 50% battery power. Remember that I said I had just fully charged them. Now, I don't know whether that's a problem with my battery or a problem with the indicator. I got an email from Fenix before the light arrived indicating they may have a problem with their battery indicator on these models and that they will be fixing that before production. So I just want to let you know that may or may not actually be an issue. Oh, just because I'm thinking about it, my old light also has a blinking mode, but only the one fast blink. So that's both lights in blink mode I do kind of like this multi-pattern blinking. Okay, hopefully no one's going into epileptic seizures there. So that's my old light on blink and the new light on turbo. Low, medium, high, turbo. Alright, well, that's probably all I can do for today, other than I'm going to go ahead and mount it on my helmet because that is where I plan to run it. And I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so last thing for tonight. So as you can see, I've attempted to mount the light on my helmet. I don't know that I'm going to keep it in this configuration for very long, because as you can see, what I did is I mounted the battery pack and the light on the helmet, and I'll be honest, it's kind of heavy. The helmet mount appears to be pretty decent. It's stable as far as I can tell. You know, it locks in place pretty nicely with these two straps. The two straps have enough length to make it pretty easy to go around. You know, I think almost any helmet you'd be able to find locations. They obviously recommend mounting it to the center line, which seems pretty logical. It does make it kind of high. You know, my old light was certainly much closer to the helmet. On the other hand, one nice thing about this mount is that it looks like I can adjust the angle fairly easily, but then hold it in place. Oh, and I was going to say, as far as the battery pack, though I probably wouldn't recommend this method because it is so heavy, it is very easy to do. I just, you know, similarly, I looped the straps around the parts of the helmet, and there is enough strap length and Velcro to do that successfully, even going, you know, kind of around two ribs of the helmet. As you can see on the inside, well, maybe you can't because it's a little dark, but they do go around the ribs, both there and there, and there's enough strap to secure it. So, yeah, I mean, at least it's possible. You know, as I mentioned when I unboxed it originally, there is an extension cord, so I don't think it'd be too big a deal to just keep the battery pack in a jersey pocket or something. And that's probably what I'm ultimately going to do, just because, like I said, the weight seems like it might be a little uncomfortable sitting on my head. Alright, so that's it for unboxing. Thanks for watching, and stay in, you know, maybe subscribe to my channel if you want to be sure to get an email about the upload of the next video regarding the Fenix BT20 bike light. Thanks so much.